Before serving the daughter's food, the mother takes a syringe and puts a poisonous liquid inside. After that she puts it on the plate that will serve her own daughter. While she does that she says relieved to herself, "Finally, I'm going to get rid of it, this girl, and the inheritance will be all mine." The girl, who was listening to everything in hiding, was startled by what she heard and bumped into a broom. Hearing the noise, the mother completely changes her tone of voice and calls her, "Laura, my love, are you there?" She is scared, but demonstrating normality so that the mother does not suspect that she heard, says yes, and asks about her food. When she sits down at the table for her mother to feed her, she says, before putting the first spoon in her mouth, "Calm down, Mom, I'm very thirsty, can you get me some water, please?" The mother, showing herself as pleasant as she could, says that she will get it and walks to the kitchen. At that time, the girl quickly changes the dishes. While she gets the water, the mother says, "I can't take it anymore, what an unbearable girl." When she returns to the table, she hands the girl a glass of water and says she needs her to eat all of the food to grow up healthy. The girl eats, and when asked by her mother if she is enjoying it, she says it is very tasty. The mother then, seeing that the girl is eating everything, sits on the chair next to her to eat, but before putting the first spoon in her mouth, someone knocks on the door. She wonders why she is not waiting for anyone, but asks the girl to continue eating and will answer to see who it is. When it opens, it's her boyfriend. Samara is very happy to see that he's the one who immediately asks, "How is our plan going?" She replies that how she always gets what she wants, and the plan is going really well. Close the door so the girl doesn't hear the plan and say, "My love, don't worry, everything is planned, including she's already eating the food with the poison I put in. Our hope now is just to wait for her to finish eating everything. I still bought the one you told me was the most fatal." The guy says how great she is, and asks how she knows that this poison will work, and she replies, "Have you forgotten that I get everything I want? Besides, it's going to be the same thing I did with her father. That's how the poor thing died, the inheritance will be all mine." He agrees that she always gets what she wants, but that the inheritance will be theirs. Samara agrees. The cleaning lady, without them seeing it, was listening to everything behind the door. He is in disbelief and tells himself that they will regret what they are doing. At that moment he looks at the girl at the table and sees that she is eating. Then she gets scared and tells the girl to throw that food away. The girl asks what's going on, and the maid explains, "I think I need to tell you something. Samara put poison in your father's food, and now she's doing the same thing to you." The crying girl asks for help, and Ione, who gives her a hug, saying she has a plan. She asks Laura to lend her the cell phone. The girl doesn't understand why, but she hands it over. Ione then turns on her cell phone camera and hides it on a shelf behind some pots. When the maid leaves, the mother enters with her boyfriend, who asks the girl, "Hey little girl, how are you? And does this food taste good?" Before the girl answers, the mother says, "Come on Laura, eat everything so you don't waste it, even I'm going to eat food." At that time, Samara puts the first spoonful of food in her mouth, and Laura gives a thumbs up to Ione, who is cleaning a shelf nearby. Samara, handing over the plate, tells her boyfriend that he needs to taste that delicious food. He eats it and says that that food is really good, you'll even want to make it more often. Practically at the same time that they ate, the two begin to cough, feel bad, and fall to the ground almost without being able to breathe. Laura just kept looking and laughing without taking any action. When Samara realizes, she looks at the girl and says, "Girl, did you change the plates? Ione, come help me." At that time, Ione goes to where they are, but instead of helping, she hugs Laura and says, "You two are evil. How can you have the courage to do this to this family?" Almost unable to speak, Samara replies, "You damn cleaning lady, and you too, girl, the best thing I did was killing your father with poison. If it weren't for you, I would have succeeded." The cleaning lady says she did all this just for the money and will pay for everything she did. When the mother passes out on the floor, Laura looks at Ione and says that now her father can rest in peace, now that they have clarified everything that happened. Ione agrees, and I decided to go see what was recorded. They sit on the sofa and play the video. When they hear the audio, Ione says to Laura, "You can rest assured, with this proof here we will forward it to the authority, and they will take all the necessary measures to let these madmen be arrested." Shortly afterwards, still very weak, Samara and her boyfriend are lying down in the bedroom when Ione comes in and asks, "Aren't you ashamed of it? After all they've done?" Samara replies, "But I didn't do anything, it was this guy who had the idea and made up my mind." The boy contradicts, saying that the idea was hers and she told him the whole plan. She says, "Of course not, I loved my husband and I always liked Laura." The boy talks about how cynical she is and says that at least she is going to be arrested and not her, but Samara replies, "If I get arrested, you go with me. I didn't set up that plan alone." The two continued arguing about whose crime it is. Guilt, while Ione just watched, until after a while she gets irritated with that fight, because both were wrong and they were to blame. He takes a glass of water to throw in the guy's face, who asks if she's getting crazy to do this. Ione ignores it and shouts, "You two are unloved." Samara starts to despair, saying that she can't be arrested, she can't spend years in prison and end her life. But Ione replies that's exactly what will happen. You can be sure that the two of them will leave here straight to the jail. Samara starts begging Ione not to denounce her. Her boyfriend does the same.